Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. And literally as I made a video go live, Star Citizen now for 3.8.2 went out to live itself, and the Carrack is now on sale. And in that video I was talking about, well, it will be going on sale soon, at the weekend time, but it's gone live already. So let's take a look at the additions of that 3.8.2 live patch, which hopefully will have long-term persisting, and the Carrack will have a little bit of a look at that sale in a second. So the new ship available is the Anvil Carrack and the Anvil Carrack Expedition, which is just a skin change for it. The Anvil Carrack features reinforced fuel tanks and long duration flight, and advanced jump drive and dedicated computer core for jump charting operations. Originally a military exclusive, the Carrack is now available for civilian use. Onboard accommodations include crew medical and repair facilities, and a mapping orientated sensor suite. So what's important to remember with the Carrack is that it's still not finished yet. They are still taking feedback on some of the stuff. It is largely finished, but it doesn't have its gameplay loop of exploration. It doesn't have drone gameplay and that sort of stuff. They also do want to be able to have the armoured cockpit and extendable, retractable sensor antennae that come out from the front of it as well. So bear that in mind. There's still some improvements and additions that are going to be done there. I believe they are looking at the cartography and room and stuff like that in the future as well, because at the moment it's pretty bare. But we also have LTP, or long-term persistence, added. So this is an early version of long-term persistence, which is going to allow player purchases and UBC earnings to persist between database wipes. So when CIG do a database wipe, we should still keep our character earnings and items that we have purchased between patches. More specifically, CIG are saying that this will include FPS item purchases, ship component purchases, ship purchases, and UEC earnings. They intend on minimizing the frequency of wipes and persisting as much as they can. At this stage in development, they are undoubtedly going to encounter scenarios that require full wipes though, and they're going to communicate that to us as those scenarios arise, and reasons for them, hopefully. They've updated interior lighting for the Cutlass Red, increased the light radius and intensity of the Cutlass Red's searchlight. You can now interact with the medical bed on ships while standing next to it, and then use it to save your spawn location, your ICU location. Obviously, the Carrack does have a med bed as well. They fixed an issue where FOIP was turned on by default. It's now no longer turned on by default. However, you will have to go and check in the options yourself in case you had it turned on from 3.8.1 is the idea there. So just make sure that FOIP has been disabled if you don't want FOIP to be running when you turn on the game. They fixed the missing audio on the Cutlass Red medbay doors and its thrusters as well. They fixed the game-wide crackling audio caused by weapon fire. They have insurance claims now consistently working without duplications. Bed logouts should now consistently work and no longer cause an infinite load. They fixed various holes in the shields of the Aegis Saber. They fixed interaction text orientation on side airlocks of the Cutlass Red and the weapon rack inside the Cutlass Red as well that was missing. They fixed multiple shopping kiosk issues that could result in the transaction going through but the item not being granted to the player. They fixed some of the missing interior glass lods for the cockpit in the Aegis Saber. They fixed the Cutlass Red interaction text position on the med bed for female avatars. Fine terminals should now show the correct amount of UEC. Scanned mineable rocks should now correctly show on the edges of screens. Claim jump missions should now correctly show waypoints and spawn NPCs. That's great. Accessibility to missions is what I do want. Players should no longer randomly die getting off the tram at Riker Memorial Spaceport in Area 18. They fixed multiple lighting effects, sometimes being excessively bright on a vehicle loadout manager, so that's just sort of like super glare that's been fixed now. Cubby Blast, shop kiosk, use interaction points have been fixed so that they can now be interacted with correctly. Issues with ship 3D radars not appearing as intended have been fixed. Certain ship beds should no longer cause an infinite loading screen on return from using them to log out. Players should now be able to hack away more than one crime per crypto card as intended. Rented ships should no longer appear as owned after filing an insurance claim or waiting beyond the rental period, and they fixed an additional 4 server crashes and 13 client crashes. So obviously the huge focus of that patch was long-term persistence and getting the Carrack in, and then just fixing a load of smaller little issues. There's still a load of problems in the 3.8 branch though. A lot of them are going to be addressed with 3.9, so bear that in mind. I haven't played too much of 3.8.2 live yet. In fact, I've played none of it. I've just downloaded it this second, so I'm going to be jumping into it in a second. But the Carrack is also on sale at the moment. The Carrack is on sale and flyable in-game. The Warbond version is $500 now, and the store credit version is $600. You can purchase a couple of upgrades though as well at this time. There's a new white and sort of like red and black accented livery or skin, the Expedition skin, unifying it with the Expedition Parasite craft, the C8X Pisces. For $25, you can grab that Expedition skin. That's quite an expensive skin, though, for just a skin, in my opinion. But there's also the ability to upgrade your Carrack with the C8X from the C8, giving it an extra 2 weapon hardpoints in your Pisces. For $20, you can get both those upgrades, neither of those upgrades, whatever you want. The C8X is also available to purchase for $45 at the moment as well. It's a nice little starter ship, but it's not being sold in the starter package at the moment. You can upgrade your ships to any of those as well. All Carracks come with an Ursa Rover and either the C8 or the C8X Pisces. For more financially affluent or mad people, there's updated large ship packages containing the Carrack from $1,000 being touted around as well. But I'm interested to know what you think. Jump into 3.8.2 Live. See what it's like. Tell me what you think. Is 3.8.2 Live really playable? Is it still super buggy? Are you enjoying the Carrack? If you've got a Carrack, are you going to be stealing other people's? Are you going to be flying around trying to explore the universe that we have currently, or the standard system, I suppose, that we have currently in 3.8.2? Or are you waiting for Star Citizen to have a bit more flesh on its bones? If you've got any questions or you just want to say hi, please chuck a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Just before I sign off, I just saw a sneak peek literally from a Chairman's Club newsletter with an Origin bridge being shown off. According to sources in New Austin, ICC consultants are spending a lot more time at Origin HQ. We're not sure what the implications are, but we're keeping our ears to the ground. Now, we do know that CIG wanted to do a few little updates to the 600i. That is true. However, I do believe that they may be putting a big Origin ship in the works in the future as well. Probably in the near future. Maybe as the next concept cell, or maybe as the next straight-to-flyable ship. Who knows? Well, probably people that work at CIG, but I'd like to hear your random ideas down below too.